Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kristen White, psychologist and spiritual director. And today we are going to be doing an imaginal exercise to just help you be present with a time or a place or a person where you felt loved. A time where you felt seen, secure, safe, and especially loved. So as we dig in, I would ask you to think about when was a time in your life when you felt immense love, like somebody saw you, delighted in you. Maybe it was at your wedding. Maybe it was a moment when you were a child and you're from a parent or a friend, right? Could be the purity even as an adult of a child loving you and giving you their picture or whatever, right? But I want you to think about what was a time when you felt really seen, delighted, and loved. And for some of you, I recognize that's going to be really easy. Something immediately comes to mind. And for some of you, that might be hard, right? It's not an experience you've had enough of. And that's okay. If you need some time and space, feel free to pause the video and even ask the Lord to bring something to mind. Maybe even a time when you felt His love. That's fine too. I want you to think of a time. And then when you're ready, I do have a picture up here to help kind of prime. But when you're ready, feel free to close your eyes if that feels safe enough and okay. And check in with your body and your breath and maybe shift it if it feels like that would be helpful and kind to yourself. And then I want you to bring to mind this time, this place, this person, hopefully as specifically as possible, when you felt really loved. I want you to think about, maybe first notice with your mind's eye, where are you in this scene? Again, get as specific as possible. So even if it's a specific person, think of a moment with them. And where are you? And notice, look around with your mind's eye. Be present. What do you see? Are there things you can smell or hear in this place? Is it the voice of the other person? Are you outdoors and there's the sound of nature, or with a crowd and there's the sound of people talking? What do you notice as you bring yourself back with your senses, with your mind's eye, in this time? And let yourself also walk through what happened in this moment, in this time. Again, maybe there was a really specific moment like at your wedding, or maybe it's just a person and you're just trying to get specific with a time, an interaction where you really felt their love. But I want you to really go back, if you can, and notice. What's happening? What do you see, hear? Is there anything you can even touch or feel? Maybe there's something in your hands. Maybe you can reach down and touch your clothes or a blanket or sand, right? Use your senses to remember and be back there. If you can, even let that time, that memory, play out like a movie. Just watching that time when you felt really loved. And as you bring all that back, I want you to notice also what happens inside of you as you return to that place, that memory. What do you feel? Maybe first emotionally. And it may come in different orders for you, actually. But I want you to check in with what emotions well up. I feel some gratitude. I feel the love. I also just even feel some tears that just like maybe the sacredness of these moments. I don't know. Notice what happens for you. What do you feel? And what happens in your body? I mentioned those tears. You might also feel some warmth in your chest, right? What do you feel in your body, in your heart? And what goes through your head? Maybe even see if you can reach back to what went through your head then. What did you feel then? What did you feel in your body then? And what are the thoughts that come up now as you're present with it again? This moment, this time of being really loved, right? These should happen to us every day, and they don't always, if we're honest, but they are resources that live inside of us. That's what we're doing today, is we're just reaching back to that memory, that resource, seeing if you can reconnect with some of the feelings, some of the thoughts, some of what happened in your body, some of that sense of warmth or safety or whatever that moment created. You might even notice as you're reaching back what that all makes you want to do. Do you want to dance? Do you want to cry? Do you want to hug? Right? You can even, if it is a hug or something, allow yourself to imagine that happening, whether or not it actually did in that moment. Just be present. Feel the love, maybe the joy, the awe, the gratitude, the wholeness in yourself, the settledness and peacefulness that comes up with just feeling loved and safe. Notice where that lives in you and what that feels like, and that you can return to it anytime. It might have a slightly different feel or flavor than it did the very first time, but that you can go back to it. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and come back. No rush. I hope this imaginal remembering is resourcing and helps you connect with something positive that lives inside of you that can be a resource, reminding you of God's love or other people's love, which also probably point to His, right? And I know these things can be complicated. So if you're struggling in any way, please reach out to me. I would love to dialogue and help. Otherwise, know this is something that lives in you. You can come back to it either with this video or just on your own as you're aware of its presence there, and ask yourself these same questions of what do you see and hear and remember? What happens inside of you, right? You reassemble the memory, the emotions that you can come back to at any time. Reach out with questions. Thanks, guys.